It's like 70 degrees today. I'm hella tempted to jump in this little pond. I'm kind of scared though because I don't like things touching my feet. And I'm not wearing my chacos. I should have put them on. But I was gonna wash my hair today, so much to think about. I did it. Well, I didn't properly jump in because, as previously stated, I don't like things touching my feet in the water. It freaks me out. But like, especially in freshwater, I don't know, I think lakes and ponds are a million times more horrifying than the open ocean, or the beach, I should say. I don't know, we can discuss that more at a later date, but yeah, now I'm just air drying because I did not bring a towel, and there's a nice little deck here, so I'm just literally vibing. Mo's walking me home. He's a little bit ahead of me. There are clients coming today for riding this weekend, I believe, and are staying at the castle. So there's some preparation we have to do before they get here, but we need the truck in order to do that, and some other people are using the truck right now, so I'm heading back down to the house, gonna go have some breakfast, and then kind of wait around until I get told to go back up there. But we have to like move saddles and bridles and brushes from the little stable into the castle, because I guess part of the experience is getting to tack up the horses in the castle and all of that. So I'm kind of excited to see how that all plays out and looks for when clients are here. It's about, if it wasn't already anthrozoology enough, it's about to even more. Yeah, and I'm also hoping that maybe I get to go on one of the rides with them either tomorrow or this weekend or something. We'll see though. We shall see. Don't think I'm riding today, which honestly I'm okay with because I rode 3 days in a row, and my body's just not used to that, on top of working the farm 2 times a day. So I think it's okay to take a little bit more of a chill day. Also hoping to take a nap at some point. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna eat this banana and walk down to the house. It's raining hella, and I got tasked with keeping the fire going until I go take care of the horses again. And honestly, not complaining. Have my little chai tea, a little bit of whatever this lovely pastry is, kind of reminiscent of like an apple pie. Gonna do some sketching. I feel like a princess locked away in a tower right now. I fucked up my knee yesterday. I don't know what I did. I must have. My only thing I can think of is maybe my foot got stuck in the mud and I turned weird, or I don't know. There could have been so many things that happened yesterday that could have caused me to tweak it. But of course, I'm like thinking the worst. That is, I don't know. I'm like, fuck, have I ruined my knee forever type thing? Which hopefully not. I can still like put weight on it and like move it. It just hurts really bad. So I wasn't able to help at the farm this morning. I had to make the call when I woke up. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Didn't want to push myself. But of course it's like 70 degrees out and like beautiful, and all I want to do is like be outside with the horses, but I like literally can't. So I've just been like in my room hanging out. Like I don't even want to go sit outside because that means I have to go downstairs, which means I have to eventually come back up the stairs, which is hard right now. So but I was having a hard time because my knee still wasn't / isn't all the way better, and I was just really spiraling because I've just been sitting around at this place that I'm supposed to be like working at, and like was like finally feeling like I was getting in the groove, you know, like figuring out my daily tasks, and then I hurt myself. And I don't know if I said this already in the video that I filmed a few days ago, but like upon leaving, I was getting really nervous about just being physically able to do the work that it is I have to do here. If anybody is watching that is familiar with working with animals, it's like always going to be physical, no matter how big or small, really. That's just the nature of it. And obviously I've been around horses my whole life. I've worked in stables before, but never this consistently, like every day, morning and night. I've just never been in the position where that has been reality for me. So it was a little daunting. I'm really rambling, but I picked up the camera because I have been reading all about love. I'm kind of breezing through it. It's quite easy to read. But yeah, I'm just like on this chapter about greed, and it's just making me think, man. I'm just like really thinking in ways that people have never thought of before. But I don't know, I'm just thinking about greed when it comes to horses, because obviously, but I don't know, I always think a lot about just like the power symbol that horses are, and like all throughout history, how they've kind of been this like symbol of power, and that's how they're often depicted like in art, you know, is like, here's the king on his favorite horse, and this is the battle they just won, and here's the scene of the battle scene behind them, and shit like that. And like, you know, like horse racing is the sport of kings, and you know, it's like if you're around horses then that means you have money. I feel like there was more I was gonna say, but that's all that's coming out of my brain mouth right now. My knee does feel better today, thank the Lord. And I'm going to, oh, I just spotted a little gecko. Oh my God, do you see him in there? Oh yeah, he's just fucking waiting for the right time, period. Period. He's eating all the bugs. Love that. What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to Rome tomorrow, which I'm also feeling guilty about because I haven't really been working these last few days. I did clean all the saddles this morning, and I cleaned all the bridles yesterday morning. So like I did that, but like I haven't been doing the feeding and the mucking and all of that, like honestly since Friday. And it's, like I was saying, making me go a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But yeah, I was like kind of feeling guilty about still taking this weekend to go to Rome because I haven't really been doing anything. But the person that is in charge of the workaway here kind of affirmed to me today that it's not really a problem that I haven't been doing anything right now because they really aren't that busy right now. But I think I'm saying all of this just as a reminder to me and everyone to be kind to yourself and be patient, and don't get mad at yourself when you get hurt or when you get sick. I don't know. I think it's like my Virgo rising or something that's always like, oh, you're hurt, oh, you're sick, well, you know, you get like a day and then you better be feeling better. Like it's really hard for me to like truly rest when I need it for some reason. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes.
Hello, my name is Ebony Jenkins. And I come here to say that without God, there is no treasure.
None at all.
Because she was not the rule follower. I was a rule follower. They're not rule followers. Not rule followers. All of my children. I was a rule follower, but I pushed it. Were you? Oh, except for smoking. Okay, wait a second. But I knew that I could get away with it because Dad smoked. Oh, see, I didn't even think that way. How could he yell at me? I didn't think that way. I got in trouble for getting home at 12:01 from homecoming when I should have been home at 12.
Y'all got in trouble for showing up to a restaurant at 8:01.
Yeah, I got in trouble showing up with Jules from McGreevy's, or from Medusa's McGreevy's.
Boys in Motion.
McGreevy's was
Hitting them
not.
darts.
Maybe she was with me at McGreevy's. Julie. Her and I came home
Let's go.
5 minutes late.
It's a video.
And I got grounded. He took my car away. Oh, for a day. And I got it back the next day. Or, I mean, it wasn't taken away for long. How old were you? Three in the morning to get to the airport to check the car and to make sure they were on time.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's better. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, well, we'll do
Oh,
that
she
and
gets
get
it
there.
too. That's good. I should have not followed that. We should have.
Oh, what's this, the candy shop?
That's when you're done. No, you gotta flip it around for the other months. So you gotta go to halfway
Well, I like
and then
this
turn
one.
it around. But look at not suggestive at all.
What
Fed
was his
by a
hand?
woman. It's a woman's hand, I think.
Oh.
It's so
That's
funny.
April. This is
Too
bogus.
I know.
September?
60 passed away.
I figured that one out last night too when I was looking at it. I'm like, this
No
is
way.
not good. And then Hadley
What about June?
said,
That's my mom. That's my mom.
there's a few of them in there where I'm like,
These
what?
are-
I'm like,
these
no.
are- So maybe it's true.
He might be a real priest.
Yeah. or he might be a real priest.
Yeah,
He's a real priest.
Okay, could have been they picked him. It was like somebody dropped out and said, like, do you want to be the priest?
Oh,
Oh.
September.
Oh.
Hello, September.
My ass. From your lips to God's ears, he's a priest.
He might.
He might be a priest. All the pedophile.
And buy wait, what did you buy this?
Here.
Just one of
There-
these.
do you want
I
one?
didn't buy one, I
This
bought
one is Spain.
3.
These newspapers from
Is
Spain.
it really?
Yeah.
sun's out. I'm drinking clementine juice out of a wine glass because I can. I was able to work the farm this morning, which was really nice. I didn't go like super hard because it's the first time back since my knee's been feeling better. And my workaway host was like, don't push yourself, because I really need to be in shape for this weekend, because he won't be here, so it'll just be me and the other person working the farm, and they have clients coming, so all has to be well, because I'm definitely gonna have to do a lot for the weekend, which is fine, but I want to be feeling like 110% to be able to do that. But I do feel like so much better. I went to Rome over the weekend, which I probably already put some clips in of that. But yeah, kind of crazy, because the whole reason I chose to start here in Italy was because my papa, my mom's dad, decided he was going to do a family trip here, and he kind of decided like mid-summer, like July maybe, and at that point I still hadn't had October planned, and I knew I wanted to start this on October 1st. Like, I knew that was the day I wanted to start, and I had pretty much everything planned but October, and it just kept getting closer and closer to October, and I still didn't have a date, or didn't have a place I was gonna be at, so I was like, what the fuck? And a lot of my grant proposal, I've said this to so many people, just what I'm saying now, but hey, I gotta put it in the video. A lot of what my grant proposal was written about was the Black African American experience in Africa, so it was kind of hard for me to like settle on going to Europe, even though now that I'm here I don't really feel like I'm settling. But you know, back when I was trying to make this decision, it did feel like I was settling, because I think a lot of myself wanted to prove to myself and others that this whole trip would be centered around the African continent, but that's just not how it's panned out. And now that I'm here doing my thing, I think that is completely okay. But I did try to look into places in Tunisia and Morocco and all Kenya, but like it just wasn't aligning. And I found this place because I figured, you know what, I can definitely find something with horses in Italy, because I obviously love horses. When I originally was thinking about my grant proposal, my original idea was to compare and contrast horse communities, horse people, horses in general, in Africa versus in Europe, or well, Africa and Europe. So I feel like that is still kind of happening, even though I kind of detached from that original idea, but now I feel like I've kind of come back to it. So yeah, it feels good. And also, at the end of the day, I'm half white, so I still have European descendants. I have descendants that come from Italy, so I think I'm still on track with the whole lineage thing, which is also a big part of this trip. But I'm going to South Africa, and I'm not at all linked to South Africa. I'm not. It's Africa, but nobody that I know of in my lineage came from South Africa, and my 23andMe says I'm not South African. So, you know, yeah. So I say all of that to tell you, oh, a cloud came. I'm out here enjoying my free time before I go back up to the barn, listening to How to Survive the End of the World podcast, which I have been loving. I used to listen to it a lot, kind of took a break from listening to it. I think I just got overwhelmed. I feel like it's easy with podcasts sometimes, if you're not catching up with each episode as they come out, to be oh god, where do I start? Do I have to go all the way back from the last one I listened to? So yeah, just hadn't really felt drawn to listening to it. And then I got here, and I've listened to so many episodes since I've been here, and it's been so lovely. I've been listening to the Witch School season, because I feel like I've also been kind of out of my witchy practices. I still do my yoga every day. I still dream journal every day, which I consider part of those. But I don't know, like I haven't really been felt drawn to tarot or anything, which my phone is actually on top of my tarot deck right now because I brought it down here to see if maybe I'd end up pulling any cards. But yeah, I was also talking about this with my dad last night about just like the order of places that I'm going to and what I'm doing in each place. Like I feel like this, like I was telling him, like I think going straight to Ghana for 6 months would have been really hard. Like straight up, I get it that, you know, there's still people, like it's still humanity, you know, and like I don't really believe in the term like third world or anything like that, but it would have been obviously way different than going from life in America to 6 months in Ghana, which is right now going to be like the longest chunk of time I spend somewhere. So I am kind of liking this, like starting in Europe at a very chill place with horses, which is like a environment I'm very much like familiar with. Just like, you know, horses, not so much the actual place I'm in, but you know what I mean. And then I'm going to Amsterdam, go see my cousins up there, and my bestie Peyton is actually going to join me there, which is going to be really fun. That was kind of like a last minute decision as of like last week. And then I go to South Africa, and then I go to Ghana. So like I don't know, but yeah. And we were talking about how it just feels like my time here seems like very chill. I have a lot of alone time. I have a lot of time to myself to kind of do whatever, really. I don't have a car here. Like, I'm not really like focused on like, oh, I'm in Italy, I need to go see this thing or that thing. Like, that's just not on my mind. I'm very much just liking like being in this countryside, hanging out at this fucking like castle compound, the grounds of the castle and shit, and just hanging out with the horses, taking care of the horses, getting up, having a little bit of a routine. Like, yeah, it's feeling good. And I also feel like very refreshed now that my knee's feeling better. And then I got family time over the weekend because I did go down to Rome, like I said earlier. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop because I feel like I'll just keep rambling and I kind of want to get back into what I was doodling here. Then they added another pole here because these two kept getting out. So. This man just wants to be part of the action. I again find myself at the little lake pond situation. It's like 74 right now. I've been lying in the sun for like almost 2 hours, so I am getting kind of sweaty, definitely nice and warm, but I'm contemplating if I properly jump in or if I walk in like I did last time. Much to think about. I don't have my contacts in, so if I jumped in, I'd have to be pretty much blind while I do that, but they told me it was deep. I just don't like things touching my feet. Like, don't touch my feet. Oh my god. Like,